Hello, folks. Tonight, yes, we are concluding our journey through King Avatar 2004. It'll be a fun one. Hans Zimmer is zimming, and Jerry Bruckheimer's Bruckheiming. What's his name? Antoine Fuqua is Fuquaing, and all sorts. It's the Battle of Baden Hill, legendary King Arthur combat going on, lots of blood sport. All right, and so let's get our panel up here. First, I'm going to introduce the lady. Ladies first, Liza Sahido from the Psyche Electroacoustic Opera Company. I think I got an idea for Halloween.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Like, go ahead.
I'll show you. It's coming up. It's not an idea for you. I mean, it is an idea for you, not for me. But anyway, now we have our archer in residence. There's a lot of flaming arrows tonight. Apparently, that was popular in the British Isle among both the ancient Brits and the Saxons. They liked burning things. So this gentleman, however, does not like to set his arrows on fire, but we love him anyway. How you doing?
Oh, thank God. I thought we were watching King Arthur again. You're telling me we were watching King Avatar. Much better movie.
King Avatar, gosh.
Similar. Yeah, I guess we can talk a little bit now about what we're about to do. Yeah, watching it again, this last battle. I don't know. I mean, it could have been, I think, better. But
yeah, the only thing that can save this movie is a bowl of matcha chocolate chip cookies.
how do you do that?
You've never had? Oh, they're
Have
delicious. Yes,
Okay.
I have.
How did you do that without me noticing?
Well, a school I used to work for had a little bakery next door, and it was like an organic bakery, and they made these matcha chocolate chip cookies. And I don't know what it is about green tea particles, but it makes chocolate taste really, really good, even better. That's the only thing that could save this movie is, you're just eating a bowl of cookies while watching it. That'll make you happy.
We'll see what our chat thinks. Oh, I do have a good poll idea.
Yeah.
Who was the actress who played native lady from Avatar?
I don't know.
Zoe Sultana?
She's named after a raisin.
Yeah, was it Zoe Sultana or was it in Smirks in Space? I think.
I don't know. I asked the question because I don't know. Our chat probably does.
Yeah, I thought it was Zoe Sultana.
Okay.
Yep, the chat confirmed it. Chat knows all.
How do you spell Sultana? Saltana. What?
I think it's Salda, and I think it's Saldana.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah.
Who?
Sultana's a much better way of putting it.
Because we have a lot of gentlemen in the chat, I'll ask who is hotter, and the options will be
the correct
Zoe, Z-O-E.
The correct way to phrase it is who is hot, who does Blueface better.
Okay.
Because they're both doing Blueface.
Who
Race, if
is
I remember right, Sultana is a dried up race, or is it the other way
a
around?
hotter shade of blue. Okay, Zoe Sultana. The chat keeps moving, so I can't see. Saldina. Oh, that's Saldina. Here, I thought.
Saldana,
So what?
according to Mog.
Oh, there's an A there. Okay.
Yeah.
If I get this wrong, it's Mog's fault. Oh, I couldn't put the little schwa thing over the end. Okay, so there we have Joey Sutter, and then we know Keira Knightly. She has an E in her name. I don't know why her parents decided to do that. There we go. We'll see which one is a hotter shade of blue. Okay. Now let us move along here. We start with Flames at Night again, and I think we're talking Saxons here because they're the ones that are camping out. Now here's a question. We know that King Arthur's kind of like Romano-British. Did he invite the Woads to come stay over at their place, or just the lady? Like the rest of them, the rest of her friends and kinfolk had to stay outside. You guys live in the woods.
It's been 3 weeks since I saw the movie. I can't remember.
Well, they didn't show that. Well, she obviously stayed over. She and him almost got things going on until all of a sudden they noticed the Saxons camped outside. So anyway, here they are at the camp, and it's not going well. You remember the battle on the ice? The Ice Capades battle didn't go well for the Saxons, and the Saxon leader, I'll just call him Stellan, even though that's not the character's name. He's upset with his son, the Timu Peter Woodward, and what's going on
Very
there?
Timu.
Yeah. Well, he's upset, and he thinks his son thinks he's going to kill him because this is a ruthless dad. Daddy be ruthless.
I was going to say, what's
clamoring
the
to say
of
something,
Timu?
Colin? Go ahead.
What's the Timu version of Timu?
We haven't
What's the
gotten
discount
that
version
yet.
of Timu?
Well, we had Walmart, then we had Amazon, and then Temu. We're getting there. Pretty soon there'll be something. I don't know where they'll
TikTok
start
shop.
it up. Oh no,
Yeah,
there we
Whatnot.
go. Well, Whatnot is not really a store. I mean, it's just a marketplace where,
Ardent Party, Alibaba. There we go.
people have to sell off stuff for less than it was worth,
Well, it's more of a platform for people collect like trading cards and things like that. It's not appropriate for people to do crafts and stuff. I tried it, really undersold myself on a lot of jewelry pieces, and it wasn't a good idea for me. But there might be some collectors in the chat, in the audience, who might be interested in Whatnot. Maybe. I mean,
this guy's watching, man. Oh, go
where
ahead.
else can you find a Jakar glowworm?
Can you find one there?
I'm sure.
Okay.
If it's collectible, you can find it on Whatnot.
I don't think that was ever made. Oh boy! But this guy,
one should have been made. That's my point.
There's the thing. Just like King Arthur's knights, you know that throughout this thing I've been confused who's who, because we never really got introduced to them well. There was some banter back and forth on horseback for like 30 seconds, and they called each other their names, and that was supposed to be enough. And I don't even know these Saxons. This is one of the bearded Saxon Hell's Angel guys. And but anyway, he's watching on.
I think the boss Saxon is Kurdig, if I remember correctly, or
The
Cerdic.
Kurgan.
Yeah, and he's yeah. Boss Stellan is Kurdig or Cerdic, and his
Okay.
son is Cinric or Kinric, depending if you go for soft or hard C.
Okay. Well, there we go. Thank
So
you
that's-
for helping me out there, but we don't know who Hell's Angel guy is. And so anyway, he thinks his dad's about to kill him, but his dad doesn't. But he kind of like says, nah. And then he looks like he's about to. And then he's like, nah, again. And then he says, you're in charge, Hell's Angel guy. And treat you like a son. Basically to make his son feel bad. Then his son stabs some poor guy next to him, whose fault it was not. And it's like everyone takes things out. Don't become evil, folks. You just start taking things out on people because everyone mistreats each other and the bad guys. But over here in the Romano-British camp, they got a nice wall in place to stay, and that's when let's see how our poll's going. Is Clive Owen the lucky one, or is it Marine guy? What was his name? Corky? The guy from Avatar? I think it began with a C.
Oh God, no.
I shouldn't bother asking if I don't
It's been
know.
decades, probably, since I saw Avatar.
Well, we've seen some platoon things a few years ago. Somehow, yeah, there was an Avatar 2, The Wrath
Quaid or
of
something,
Khan.
isn't it? Quaid or something that you said, isn't Quaid or something? I think.
Quaid. Dennis?
No, I was going to say, yeah.
Dennis.
Jake.
Jake Quaid.
I think it was
Jake
Sully.
Quaid? Oh, Jake Sully.
Yes.
Jake Sully. Yeah, not Jake Skywalker, Jake Sully. I'm sorry that the slides went away, folks, but I forgot to switch into viewing mode. So I can bring them back, though, and hopefully they'll still be where I left off. There we go.
Have we met Merlin in this movie yet?
Yes.
We have? When?
Briefly, yes. He was in the woods. He was in the woods when not Avatar girl goes off to at night. She's trying to kind of lead Arthur away from the camp, and it worked.
He's the guy that was behind the raid in the first place.
Oh yeah.
He's the guy that Arthur looked at but didn't see, apparently, in the raid at the start.
Yeah, he raided the Roman box, the Roman latrine that was being shipped in. And then later he met Arthur in the woods when they thought they were going to have their Aragorn and Ioan scene. No, it didn't happen. Three's a crowd. Merlin showed up. And then he wanted Arthur to be his leader. Yeah, it was kind of unfortunate. You'd want a little bit more of an involved Merlin in a King Arthur tale.
Well, he was just... I don't remember him. He was so indistinguishable from other characters.
That's what...
He looked like all the other ones.
That's what we've been saying. This could have worked as a not King Arthur movie. Just used another name. Hey, Jake.
Yeah.
Jake Arthur, if you want.
Tim.
You know. Jocko Artorius.
It worked in the Holy Grail.
Mm-hmm. And if the actor, I mean, you could have. You didn't need to go with Clive Owen. You could have brought in probably Dennis Quaid.
Like a pudding.
And he would have done a great job, I think.
That was a better Arthurian movie than this Arthurian movie.
Well, well, that one they just referenced King Arthur. Arthur wasn't in it, and neither was Merlin. Although Merlin,
no, Arthur was in it. He was the ghost in in Avalon.
He spoke to Dennis.
Yes.
Oh, it's Dennis Quaid. Yeah, that's right. Oh, I did call him Dennis. Because there's two Quaids. I want to make sure I got the right one. Okay, so she comes at night, and she won. Yeah,
Comes at night.
yeah. Well, she almost does. But she comes to visit, and she's like, you know what? We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Might as well. Might as well. And yeah, I got to skip over that. Look at that. That's a lot of beatings. A lot of scars on the back, but I think that's his back. But anyway, they get interrupted because outside we got these guys. And it's like you didn't notice them before. Everyone's getting together and they all give each other dramatic looks like, oh my goodness, the Saxons are here. Well, you knew there was the main army and you just took out, their elite suicide squad. And
What was the source of the green light in this scene?
Green filter on the camera, I think.
I would say digital. It's not like Excalibur where they use some green lighting to make it like that.
Well, to make it magical and things, but supposedly there's no magic really in this movie.
Well, you don't know. Merlin looks like he's trying to do some magic. It's just not overt. No.
So unfortunately, once we saw that image of all the lights and all that, I was thinking, I was actually, for a second now, I thought I was watching the Pendragon cycle again.
Oh no!
We didn't get past episode.
How just watched that?
What was that, Colin?
I said how much because at the end there's one bit at the end in the last episode where they go up. One of the cats actually goes up, and it's very confusing because they say something at the White Cliffs of Dover. That you see a picture of the White Cliffs of Dover, and then they say they're in Norfolk, which is a very long way away from Dover. But when one of them's looking over, and he actually sees all the lights. He's on a hilltop looking over it, and he sees the lights, which looks very, for obvious reasons, looks very similar to that image.
Well, I didn't know. I only saw the first episode of the Pendragon cycle, and I was lost. Atlantis threw me off. I was kind of intrigued. I was like, "Oh, that's cool. They're going to work this in."
To be fair, I'm still a bit lost, but there are a few. But they do quite a bit of flashbacks as they go through, which kind of fills in some of the gaps.
I think I'd have to read the book. This is probably something you can't really watch unless you read the books or something. Because I was like, after the flashback thing in Atlantis, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. They're going there, but then it comes back to just various things happening that I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Where are we? And who are the people here? I imagine the blonde girl's from it. Sorry, folks. I hope you don't mind us talking about something completely different while we're watching. But anyway, no, we'll just summarize it as that. I'm just lost.
Yes, she was from Atlantis.
Yeah, I knew that.
All the Targaryens are from Atlantis.
I didn't know they were Targaryens.
The extremely blonde hair didn't give it away.
Oh, well, I mean. But then she's there with the rest of the people, and I don't know where we are there. I assumed some Proto-Britain thing.
Yeah, I still think they're supposed to be on the walls, on the ramparts at Hadrian's Wall, but Hadrian's Wall, I don't look like that. But I think
they're on the ramparts of a wall here, and they're just giving each other dramatic looks, and then basically, it's like, all right, we got to face the dilemma that we knew it was coming. We're going to have a big battle with the rest of the Saxons here. Keira's trying to get him to do it. She's trying to get King Arthur to be, this is my fight. We're going to stay here and defend the Britons. And of course, he feels bad for his knights that were indentured servants for like 15 years. And it's like they're free now and they can go back. The Romans are going to leave like in the morning. We're going to see him. We're going to see the bishop. Bishop Germanus is in the Porta Latrine, and they're basically taking him back to Rome. And, all the Romans go home. Hopefully they wrote it right in Latin.
Yeah.
People called Romani, they go the house.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, the Romans are going home, so they give each other dramatic looks, and his men, like especially Lancelot, feels bad for Arthur. It's like he says, "Okay, this is not your fight. You guys can go," basically, and they're just like, "No, you go too. This is not your fight. The Rome's leaving. You should go." And he keeps giving her looks. Like these guys give each other looks the whole time. And I think mostly it's because he doesn't, Lancelot doesn't like the idea that she's trying to get King Arthur, or he's not a king, what?
Yeah.
He's trying to get Arthur to, it's the title of the movie, but he's not. Just realized that. Well, she's trying to get him to be the leader and defend Britain and everything. And Lancelot's like, no, just leave. The Romans are leaving. He's going back to Salmatia. And it's like, you might as well leave too, Arthur. Go back to Rome. But Arthur knows Rome isn't what he thought it would be. And so he's going to stay and fight. And they have dramatic words with each other. I even captured some of them here, mostly to remind me, to make sure I knew what exactly is kind of being talked about. But I don't think there's anything we want to necessarily point out here. I think I've covered it. But yeah, Arthur's going to stay. Lancelot's going to go with the rest of the knights, and then the field gets foggy. I think this is fog at this point. But later there's smoke because they do a lot of burning.
Yeah, I think I was confused about this at first. Then I kind of realized that later what they were doing. But yeah, they're setting lots of fires on presumably.
Well, one thing they wanted to get right, because all King Arthur movies have fog in it somewhere. And so it could be the dragon's breath or whatever. Just regular old fog. They always have fog.
The ideas they came up with are actually quite... I mean... When you realise what's going on, I think some of it is quite clever strategy and tactics. Some of the things they do are really quite clever. When you think of first, when you go.
Well, I mean, the thing is, we saw that a bit in the last battle on the ice. But the thing there was, it was like, clever idea, but the Saxons didn't.
Yeah, and if the ice breaks in the wrong place, the guys are going to go down as well.
They were just dumb. They just kept...
Yeah.
And that kind of happens here, too. We'll see that in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. But... So, anybody hungry?
It takes just 15 minutes for our Yorkshire puds to puff themselves up and turn a delicious golden brown.
Swappers sent me a DM on X, and he had Yorkshire pudding the other day.
Ooh.
Yeah. And a pot roast, or roast beef.
Oh.
So obviously
so jealous.
That's where the sauce was used for the pudding and everything.
You guys have the best accessory to meat over in the UK. Oh.
Well, here's Arthur. He decided he's going to dress up all Roman.
I can understand why he's confused. Why he is got conflicted because excuse me.
Swappers is in the chat.
Hey, Swappers.
He's Arthur is, we've seen Arthur's Romano-British.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a Briton. He's a native of Britain.
He was raised there. Yep.
He was raised in Britain. He's a native of Britain. but he then joins the Roman army, which is the only army there is. So we still don't know how much of his career he's actually spent in Britain and how much time of it is spent elsewhere in the Empire.
Yeah, he may have visited Rome, but it seems like all we
Yeah,
saw
I mean,
was just flashbacks of him living in Britain.
Yeah, I mean, it's heavily implied that he's been to Rome, which is fine, you know.
Mhm.
But we don't
Band
know
camp.
yeah, but we don't know if we don't know when he met the rest of the Sarmatians or anything like that. Like I said, you know, this is very definitely looks like, okay, sorry, I didn't see the series of this, so how am I supposed to understand the movie? But yeah, I can understand him being inflicted because he's got loyalty to his men, he's got loyalty to his roots, and he's got loyalty to Rome.
Yeah. Well, he does realize now that Rome isn't what he thought it was. His visions of or what he learned about Pelagius, he finds out that Pelagius was excommunicated and killed, and so he's like, he's brought down, and the idea is getting through to him. This land you've been living in, and everything. This is what you should be fighting for against these Saxons that come in. Now, notice the Saxons are the invaders right now. Later, they become the residents in centuries to come. But right now, they're the invaders. So, and there they are. They're gathering together and looking at the great walled village / fortress thing, and looking at it and getting ready. And they see just one guy there right now. Arthur's just being, cool guy, just on his horse with his Roman stuff. And then the rest of the Romans, as you see here, are basically heading out. And the acolyte, I guess you could call him that, the acolyte that the Pope likes, is going to Rome with his mom. And also in that caravan is Germanus, and the knights are going along too. Might as well get back to mainland Europe and then work their way across to Dalmatia, So that's their plan, because they want to live their lives again that they didn't really get to have because they, I guess they were young. I don't know what the ages were exactly, but probably like 12, 13 or something when they were brought over to Britain. But they don't have a lot to look forward to because this is what Bors thinks of the ladies there in Dalmatia. I'm keeping that. Okay.
How come the grass is so trimmed?
How
come the grass is so green if it's winter?
That's true.
Oh,
it's winter. Yeah. And it's winter, the grass is green, and it's nicely cut, like with a lawnmower.
There are many medieval and ancient historical words for lawnmower.
Really?
Yeah, cow, sheep, goat.
Yes.
But the thing is, a cow, sheep, and a goat, would they like evenly tackle the land that way? That looks like a manicured field.
Yeah.
There are some types of grass that don't grow as long as what we got here, Liza.
Yeah.
What we got is definitely just regular old Florida wetland grass.
Swamp grass. Oh, yeah, and it grows, I mean... But even in the Great Plains, don't the grasses get really, really tall? If there isn't anything to manicure them, the grass.
Well, why don't you research it right now and get back to us on that?
In answer to your earlier question, if we go by if we go by the usual, unless told otherwise, the character is the same age as the actor, unless it's made clear otherwise. Ioan Gruffudd, for example, was 31 when he made this movie. So if we assume then that they've been if we maths is nice, which makes maths nice and simple, if we assume they've been there for 15 years, they were probably 15 when they were taken from their home. Okay. A little bit older, I think, than they appeared to be. I think the suggestion was that they were younger than that, but then you don't know how long they spent being trained as soldiers, etc., etc.
Yeah. Well, there we go. There's the guy in question. That's Lancelot, but he's heading out. He's going with the caravan, but they're all looking back because they all spent their lives being raised with Arthur as their leader, and they've basically risked their lives for the Roman cause. It's not like they really care so much for Rome, but they really gotten to respect Arthur, and there's a bond there. And there's a number there for this, because this is what Bors does. It's Rus.
Yeah. Clive Owen incidentally is about 10 years older, so he would have been 40 when this was made, which makes sense that he was older than. If he's older, to be an officer, I suppose.
Although he looked about the same age when he was there at the beginning of the movie as a child, and the Salmatians were arriving, he looked around the same age.
Yeah, but the said before, there's so much missed out in that time gap. You don't.
Although you look at Ray Winstone, you could, he's got more age than Lancelot, I think. Especially by the end of the movie. At the end,
Ray Winstone isn't aged; he's lived in. His body. He doesn't have an aged body. He has a lived-in body.
So this is
Given
Gawain.
That he was born in 57. Yeah, he was older than the rest of them.
Yeah, this is Gawain on the left, and I think Galahad on the right, or is that?
I think so. Yep.
I don't know which one's Tristan, which one's Galahad, but yeah, I know Gawain because he's a little bit blondish. They're looking at each other. They feel bad.
Tristan is Mads Mikkelsen.
Well,
Tristan's the one with the hawk.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, poor guy. Well, anyway, they're looking at each other, dramatic glances, and then these guys are out in the woods.
So, which just made me wonder who the hell is supposed to be in the fort with Arthur then? If all the Romans are moving out south, who's still in the fort? I'm confused.
I think nobody. I think these guys are hiding in the woods, but on the other side of the wall, so they can help out later. But they're supposed to be a surprise. The tactics are to think, well, it's just Arthur on his own. And there she is in her battle gear. There we go. There's the Halloween costume for Liza, I think. Complete with the blue painting. It's not solid blue. It's just nice blue shading and weavy stuff.
It's blue markings, isn't it? Rather than blue paint. Rather than the full half Mel Gibson.
Yeah. Well, woad isn't easy to come by. Well, anyway, here's the traitor. Here's the guy that they still have him around. Do they need him? They pretty much know everything the other side's doing as far as where they're at is concerned. I mean, I don't know what information this guy could possibly have anymore. But the Saxon leader wants him to watch it. He wants to really make him feel bad. That's the thing. You become a traitor. The people that you start working for, the enemy, still aren't going to respect you. And they want him to sit in a tree and watch it. And that's exactly what they tell him to do. Yeah, right there. And so the guy basically agrees to do it.
I'll have to look that one up, Swappers. I don't know that one.
What did Swappers present for our edification?
I should send you a copy of Knights of Pendragon from Marvel UK in the early 90s. Absolutely amazing story titled Why the Marvel Universe. Back when it used to be great. I do have Camelot 3000, but I don't remember that one. I should have to look up that one.
Sounds interesting.
Because if I remember right, Marvel UK, there was actually a Marvel UK, and if I remember right, they actually printed an Our Style comics, didn't they? Swappers with what would it be, A5, whatever it will be, or
A4, I think it was.
Yeah, but no, because American comics when they come over here were about half the size of about A5 and British comics about A5.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's probably not A4. A4 is the legal size, as we call
what I'm
it.
saying is, these we got them because we got American DC Marvel imported, and of course they were the same ones, so they were the same size, the glossy ones. But if I remember right, the Marvel UK comics were actually, I think they were more printed in the same style that British comics were printed, larger, less low quality paper. I think.
That's cool. That's what you would want. Well, yeah, they're really hazing him now. And it's like, well, wait a minute. There's just one guy. Well, they could see there's one guy, and it's like, well, there's someone still left. He's like, there's just one guy. It's just one guy. And they're like, come on, you said they were leaving. And it's like, well, they did leave. You saw them. I don't know why they're upset with him, because they're all watching the same damn thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know what secret information this guy is providing other than what they can see in front of them. All right. Well, anyway. But is this when the knights kind of turn around? No, not yet. Yeah, the knights are turning around. And this guy is going to climb up a tree.
As if anybody really thought they were actually going to leave. Yeah, right,
yeah.
Of course they were.
Oh, not with the dramatic glances and the music and everything. They're not going to leave. It would just be Arthur and the Woods. That'd make a good song. Now, this guy is doing what they tell him to do. He's climbing up a tree to watch the whole thing. And there we go. There's the gates opening. And out comes Arthur. I guess he was on a hill behind the gates, so he could see them and they could see him. And then he comes out the gates. Who opened the door?
Good question.
Maybe he had a clicker.
Yeah. I'm kind of guessing the hill he was on is Baden Hill, because they called it Baden Hill in the, at least in the chapter titles on the video. So.
Yeah, they do mention Baden Hill later on. You hear that it was the Battle of Baden Hill. They say that in the finale at the end. And so people could say, okay, just took that name and stamped it on it. But I guess it's to try and say, you know what, this is what the legends were based upon.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's what they're going for.
But in that case, they could have just used different names, because, the names got added later, like Lancelot was later. I mean, I don't think there was a Romano-British named Lancelot. Lancelot.
No, that's definitely from, as I said before, he comes from the French tradition.
In fact, it would be pronounced Lancelot, like escargot.
Lancelot du Lac.
You don't pronounce the T. Well, what's going on here? Well, it's an emotional moment because the knights come back and they look. Oh no, not yet.
Well,
no,
he doesn't know they're coming back. It doesn't.
I'm sorry. I'm anticipating it too much. No, the leader walks up and not. I guess he has faith that Arthur's an honorable guy because he comes in not on a horse. Arthur's on a horse, all in his armor, got his sword out and everything. This guy just walks up like I don't know, emo Saxon ruler. I guess you wouldn't call him emo, but he does have this air about him. They told me talk like Batman.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that became a trend. And so he's like, "You're no god. I heard about this Arthur, and I thought he was a god. You're no more a god than the beast you ride upon." That sort of thing. And he's just proceeds to say some things like, "I'm gonna kill you," and Arthur's like, "No, I'm gonna kill you. You'll remember me when you see me again, because that will be your last breath," or something like that. I guess I could read the subtitles, but I thought, no, I'd just paraphrase it for you folks. So it's visuals. That's one thing the movie gets right. I mean, the visuals are great. Now, later, it was hard to get good slides in any of the battles because everything's so blurry. So, because it's moving so fast, but I guess it is a battle. But I think the clips were so short, they cut.
Yeah, they cut the cut very much, yeah.
It was like Transformers the movie. I mean, not the original animated one, but the Michael Bay one.
You can't see it as clearly as you could do that, but the way he's holding his sword is nice because he's holding it downwards, but the pommel, the hand and the pommel are pushing up against his wrist and his forearm.
Let me see if... No. I'm looking if I have a better shot of it. There we go.
You can almost see it there, but when you see because the next one he's turned his hand over, so basically, because it's balanced on the cross guard, the weight we're putting down. So he's literally holding it, so the weight is going against the palm of his hand and against his wrist and forearm, which is a good, which gives him a lot of control. So again, I mean, obviously a lot of this was done by someone who knew their stuff.
Yeah.
Or was instinctively obvious, perhaps. I'm not sure which.
We'll see. But yeah, the battle's coming up, and yeah, there are some good moments there. So Arthur leaves, and this guy's like, and of course, yeah, he is a little scary because he's a bit of a psycho. And then he's telling his son, well, he put the other guy in charge of the troops, but then he tells his son, take your men, the men that you got left, you use them. Basically, they're going to be the cannon fodder just to go up there and see what's going on, because he can't just be alone. No one does that. And so they know there's got to be a trap here. But it's the only way in. It's a long wall, I guess, and they can't go around it. So they're going to have to go through this gate that's right there. And, so far we just have one guy that we see. Yeah. So, I don't know. I guess they're spy. That's the thing. When you have a spy that was a traitor and you keep him, and now it's like, well, did he go back again, get more intel? We don't know. So anyway, so yeah, there's Lancelot, and these guys look at each other. Another thing they did a great job of in this movie was having dramatic looks between each other. They look at each other and they kind of... and then here we go. I guess it's Tristan releases his bird. He says, you're free now. Because he has an idea. Maybe he knows he's going back to his death. And so, bye-bye, Birdie. And they head on back. And, of course, they look at the leaving Romans, and everybody has dramatic looks at each other. They all kind of just know what's they're thinking, what's going on. And they ride back to good old Artorius. And they give each other more dramatic glances. So now they all have their tabards and stuff, and they stick them in the ground. Yeah, they went back up on the hill on the other side of the wall, I assume is what that is.
Yeah.
So they could see when the Saxons
Had
are
time
coming.
to put all their armor on.
Because you wouldn't want the Saxons to surprise you. And of course, from this vantage point, I think they're going to start with some archery, right? Mm-hmm.
Would be a sensible thing to do.
Yeah. Only a few of you there, though. But there we go. We got to the end of our first set of slides. He's like, this has got to be a trap. You think? I think the music, was very good. And Hans Zimmer really has a talent for that.
Yeah.
It really gets you gripped in, and he can make something that otherwise, you'd be thinking some other things. You get emotionally sucked in, so you don't think as much. It helps. All right. This guy is being sent with his son's troops. You stay here. It's like, all right, that's good, actually. The son was going to go with them, but he's like, no, you stay here. Basically, he's sending them out just as a test. They're the cannon fodder to see what's happening.
Yeah. And that's to trigger the trap, so to speak.
Look at that. Is that a studded leather cap? Only somewhat studded.
I
think it's to attach.
Yeah, I think it's riveted rather than studded by the looks of it, I suspect.
Yeah.
I think that's a metal sort of upside down cross was riveted on it.
And here we go. I like their shields.
Yeah, Saxon shields.
Is there a specific style of shield that's known as Saxon?
Yeah, but I mean, was it Flav or was it earlier on?
Well, we have Flav and Arden, and
yeah, I think it was Arden made a comment earlier. I'm sure about Sutton Hoo. Sutton Hoo is a later than this, I think. Saxon, a Saxon burial mound, which it was part of Arden. Is a burial mound. It's a very famous archaeological site, and it's a ship burial, and there's a lot of Saxon grave goods. So there's some beautifully preserved armor on the that's prepared or that's been refurbished. So, to give us a reasonably good idea of what Saxons look like a couple of 300 years after this, off the top of my head. But yeah, I mean, the Saxons had the round shields. They were more spear. A lot of Saxons were probably largely spearmen as much as swordsmen.
Well, we will see them.
Yeah,
we'll see them with their spears later.
Yeah,
and the shields a little more close up. But here the knights gather, and of course they're looking kind of Roman, even though Artorius is really the only Roman among them. But then he starts giving his Aragorn speech. And basically, they're fighting for freedom. And, they keep it brief. It's not long-winded. I don't know if there's any highlights you want to point out. I think it works, and by keeping it brief, it's probably good. It's effective, works well with the music, and you want to do this. You want to inspire your men.
Yeah.
And so I'm
Sli-
trying to think, how many are there? They're showing like five
Yeah,
of the
five,
knights. Yeah. Gawain,
because Dagonet's
Galahad,
dead.
Bors, Tristan,
Lancelot.
Lancelot. Yep. And
Yeah.
then Dagonet
That-
died. Yep.
Yeah. There's slightly less men than Mel Gibson had.
Yeah, well, the
The same
rogues are
scene.
there. They give you a little
Yeah.
hint that they're there, but they're just.
I mean, amongst other things, presumably they reckon that the presumably they're sufficient, that hill is sufficiently high that they can see it over the other side of the wall.
Yeah, that's the implication.
Yeah. So
Well,
so they
and
don't
you
want
see
he
the
doesn't
view.
want they don't want them to know that the Saxons are there yet. Sorry, that the woes are there yet.
Yeah, you get that impression, but the Saxons are like, this is kind of funny. And so they do the Rus battle cry.
I have the power!
Uh-huh. I got the power.
And then he gets hit by lightning.
No, this isn't Caddyshack. Well, and then they got fires going. I guess this is to kind of make things to make it harder.
Yeah.
Because they're fighting infantry, and that's, I guess, the thing. Don't the Saxons believe in cavalry at all?
Not a lot. No, I mean don't forget these guys are shipborne. They're like the Vikings relate race. They're shipborne. They'll come on ships, low ships, so they probably don't have much in the way of horses.
Right.
They don't have much to actually carry them.
But they might have picked some up while they're there.
I mean, once they settle, then probably they will probably have a learned horse running distance and the rest of it. But I suppose if you're traveling over the sea.
Well, I guess by now they probably didn't steal enough to really have a cavalry.
Yeah.
So
and presumably you also have to have, in order to make use of a cavalry, you have to practice it and have made use of it. And obviously, if they didn't do much cavalry at home, if they're mainly seaborne raiders, then they're probably not going to have this. They're not going to have the practice to use cavalry anyway.
Okay, all right, makes sense. Although, wasn't it the Numenorians that were able to transport horses quite readily with ships?
Oh well, yes, apparently, but they had the power of Galadriel, so.
Oh. Well, okay. At least it's more realistic than the Rings of Power. Lots of dramatic stuff, folks. And then here, it's about the... which one? Is this Tristan?
I think that's Tristan, yeah.
He puts a hat on sometimes, and it makes it hard to know who he is.
Yeah.
And so anyway, we're about to have this little thing. Maybe this will be a good intro for you someday as a fourth alternative.
I'm kind of having problems with the range of that bow, but I'm not sure it might be, I suppose. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that shows signs of a new sport, kind of like a combination between golf and archery.
Yeah.
And you have different bows. One's your driver.
Yes.
Then you have your sand wedge bow for when you're in the trap. Well, he was able to shoot the traitor right out of the tree. Good shot there.
How did they know, A, that the traitor was there, but more important, B, how did they know that the traitor was? Had they ever actually had any reason to think that there was a traitor with the Saxons? I don't remember.
It's just to be a cool moment that you're not supposed to question.
Yeah.
You just have to assume they figured out who
it was.
It was the guy that wasn't there at night.
Yeah.
or something, And he's dead, so that was a good shot. Mm-hmm. And then the Saxons. Now, this is the crack suicide squad that came through the gate. The Sun's troops, and they're coming through with their new leader, the Hell's Angel guy that was assigned to be their leader the night before. And so everybody looking at each other. They come through the gate. They're looking all menacing. Somebody has an axe. Others have blades. We do see later they do have spears. I don't know where they are right now. Maybe they're telescoping spears. The Saxons, inventors of the telescoping spear.
I like the way they're going to come charging through the doors open shut, and then they gradually sort of stop. So where the hell is everybody?
Well, that's the thing. When they're coming through that narrow doorway, that's a chance to pick them off. But they have other plans that are smart too, I guess. And it involves fire. And so, the Saxons came through. Nice Roman architecture behind them. Yeah. And the door has its spikes still. I guess this is the inner door. Oh, no, they close the door behind them. That's right.
Yeah.
There's somebody in some sort of a pulley house there that we don't get to see. But has to be there, opening the door for Arthur and then closing the door behind these guys. Because they didn't have, garage door openers back then. And these guys are outside listening for what's happening. It's quiet right now, but then there we go. Now we get a close-up of the makeup. Hopefully Liza can get that design down there. Yes. And then that's what she's looking at. And the Woads, I guess she's the Woad leader now. Merlin, I think he's there. We may have gotten glimpses of him, but he doesn't say anything. Merlin, I don't know. It's like, Merlin, come on, man. Join up. But then they aim to the air. They kind of drew their bows. They were kind of level, and then all of a sudden they go, whoa. I think that's probably, you kind of say, okay, that's where I'm aiming, and then you raise it up.
Yeah, you raise it up range.
Yeah, we need about this much arc on it,
Yeah.
And they raise theirs. They follow along. And then she about to let go, and they start letting go, and then we have all sorts of arrows flying through the air. It's hard to get a gauge on distance. We see from the some of the footage that there's woods to the side of the clearing, but on all sides. So we don't even know exactly which side they're on, or maybe they are on all sides around them. But then they let loose the arrows on the Saxons, and the Saxons start taking arrows.
The Saxons do exactly what they're supposed to do.
Yeah,
do what
the
Romans
shields.
Did. Mm-hmm. Yep, they did what the shield up.
The Spartans did in 300 as well.
Yep, that's what you always do. It's the obvious thing to do. That's why all of your soldiers have got shields, because your back rows, and you go down the back, we put shields up as well.
But it's not a geodesic dome that fits together. There's going to be cracks. No. And and these guys are just standing outside listening okay, what's going on? I hear some screams and yells. When I see this and stuff, it's almost like the construction sounds in the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
The power tools, and all of a sudden a cat here and there. Oh, there we go. Your shields are good at catching them. Now, these are wooden shields,
Yeah.
I assume.
Oh, they're wooden shields with metal bosses.
Yeah, that's why the arrows can get into them, folks. So let's see what's going on here.
Yeah, and the thing is, don't forget, I mean, they're coming down. They're also coming down at an angle, so they're going to have lost some power from the range, but they've also got gravity on their side as well.
Yep. And I wouldn't want to be under them. And then Arthur and his troops, his knights, come on horseback, and they start doing passes with the aid of the smoke to cover them. And there we go. That's some fine mascara there. All right, so that's the plan, is to basically pepper them with arrows and then do sweeps on horseback and all sorts of blood spurting and everything. I mean, it's going to look blurry, folks, because it's fast and quick shots. You know, it's hard to tell sometimes who's doing what to who, but I guess part of that's the style. That's the modern style. And plus it does help things look, I mean, less exposed, because then you could probably more easily see the acting and the choreography if things aren't edited as much, I guess. In the one-on-one combat later, you can
like
see
that.
more, definitely.
That is a great shot, because look what he's doing with the bow, with the crossbow.
Yeah, I knew you'd like
belly
the
bow.
crossbow.
No, it's a belly bow. You remember what we saw last time? We said that you can actually see the belly bow, because they've actually got the thing that you push against your belly rather than shoot from the shoulder.
Yep. Yeah. Probably quicker that way too.
Possibly.
And Arthur's slicing and dicing and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, getting it clear is hard. And the horse is a big advantage. And now and then he does do the dagger style.
Yep.
And these guys are just out there listening.
Yeah.
Behind the doors. You think they'd open the doors at least, you know?
Well, the doors are going to open from the inside, aren't they? So.
Oh, that's true. That's true. We'll do you one set at a time. But, yeah, they're out there watching.
It's a trick. There's two of them.
Two of them?
That's an old joke. Usually, actually, the first one I first heard it, to be fair, was Scots against the English. But there's a Scots, whenever the heck it was. So, sometime when the Scots are fighting the English, and you got a Scotsman gets up and stands up on a rock and goes, goads the English, and one of the guys goes in, and then another, and then they send more and more men in, and none of them come back, and the guy gets back up again and walks. Says, "Ha! Is that all you've got?" And then a dozen or so and rush around the rock. One of them comes and says, "It's a trick. There's two of them."
Yeah, he comes crawling out, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well, and he's got to know his leader doesn't like that. You look scared and all that stuff. They don't like that. They don't suffer fools well, so you might as well just have stayed inside. Because they'll just kill you out there. But that's how the battle looks, and now here comes the rest of the Saxons. Now it's like, okay, we got better numbers now. We could hear what was happening, and so they have an idea of what they're doing now. I guess. I don't know. It's just all dramatic music and stuff, so you don't know if they were able to hear that the woads are there. I mean, they gotta know. They gotta know.
I would have thought they would probably have heard the bones and the arrows flying.
Yeah, sure.
I know, possibly. I mean, the angle they were shooting at, they might even have seen them. Even though they didn't come up over the wall, they might have actually seen them.
And we know from the battle on the ice, the Saxons have very short range bows.
Yeah.
The Dalmatians have very long range bows.
Yes.
Alrighty, and so Arthur's still looking all dangerous there, and he knows they're coming. So here comes the real battle proper, and still lots of dramatic looks. Yeah, and then it gets a little bit odd coming up.
There's Merlin and Lysa's off doing something else. I don't know. We'll finally get to see Merlin. And
okay, yeah, I knew he had to be in one of these shots, like a quick glance, but he doesn't like say anything or really lead anything. It's like
he I would take a guess that he is supposed to be sort of a druidic type figure, especially given what happens later, or sort of or a war chief of some sort.
Yeah, he was kind of like their leader at first. Now, I guess she's the leader of the archers.
Yeah, possibly. And then all suddenly they suddenly managed to have siege weapons and things like this.
I thought those were the Saxons.
No, go back a couple.
All right, holding. I mean, I have better shots. Right. Oh, wait a minute. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, the Britons do have siege weapons, even though they're not doing the sieging.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess it helps. Shoot flaming things at them. It probably helps. I don't know. But, yeah, I was totally confused. I thought it was the Saxons that had them, but, you know, everything moves so fast.
It will make more sense for the Saxons to have siege weapons on the ones on the
the outside of the.
But I suppose.
And if you had some village to hit instead of just another grassy hill.
I suppose I can also see siege weapons being used in defense as they are here, because they give you range to take out your enemy before they get there. Not that I use them that way, of course.
Well, they have them anyway, so it's still smoky, hard to see, and everyone just starts having a regular old battle. And everybody's got a tabard, basically. And then we get the distant shot to give us some idea of what's going on, although it's not that easy. It looks like...
So apparently, from this shot, that's from the top of the hill. So apparently the Saxons have good enough eyesight and hearing to see details of the figures on the hill in the foreground when they're actually the other side of the wall, back in the background. They've got very good eyesight and hearing to see and hear at that range.
Yeah, we are basically where Arthur was, right?
Yeah, I mean that's how I would read that image.
Yeah, our perspective is the hill that Arthur and the knights were on, and now we see that the Saxons have come through, and they're there closer to the wall. Of course, Arthur and his men have left, and they're doing passes on horseback and some. Yeah. Well, actually, everyone's doing one-on-one combat now, pretty much. The woads have come out.
So that means, amongst other things, that Tristan could actually see from up on that hill there. He could see a guy hiding in a tree, the other side of the wall, and we can see that the trees aren't particularly close to the wall either. So he had very, very good eyesight and a very, very good long-range bow. But it made a good film.
Yeah, it was golf.
Mm.
And now here come the siege weapons, like you pointed out. Here we go.
Mhm.
Look at them. Wheeling them along. I was totally confused. I thought it was the Saxons. I should have looked closer. It's hard to tell because they're not all still. I had to take screenshots to get these, It's like,
Well, it makes as we said, it makes a lot more sense. You would expect the besieging army to be the ones that have siege engines.
mm-hmm. But they're cool. I think it was a nice touch because it was neat to see them at work, so to speak. Did I have a number here? Because I know I do have a slide coming up. I do have a slide coming up of one of these guys in action. Oh, and they're lighting things. There we.
Fire arrows.
I
No. I know why they're actually using fire arrows properly here.
Yeah.
I was wondering why they're doing it, and then I realised when you saw why they're doing it.
But that flame, I'd be careful. That was kind of.
Yeah, like I said, I've got my problems with. I mean, it's the fact you've apparently got some guy that. But if you look at the length of that arrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's got that bow full. But apparently, Smurfette now has a Sarmatian bow rather than the longbow she had earlier on.
Ah.
But you look at the draw bow, that's pretty much a full draw, and the distance between that bow and that fire, that burning head. You can see, as you say, you want to keep that head. On the one or two of them, you can actually see. That's one good thing. And I suspect these are actually real burning arrows. I suspect these aren't special effects.
Yeah, that was further away. But the thing is, I saw somewhere here, I think it was here, I was like, man, that flame's close to her, right?
Yeah. Well, I think it's probably partly the angle as well. But what I did like is you also saw a guy there with the torch.
Yeah.
Now I suspect that's probably his possibility. He and others have probably gone along. Oh, great! Thank you for that, swappers. I've been trying to avoid that all my life.
What is
it? There's a very, very long running radio soap opera called The Archers.
Oh, I've heard of it.
And I now also have that theme tune going around my head. Swappers, I hate you. But what I was saying was, I would imagine that it looks like they might have been going along actually lighting those bows. Lighting those bows.
All sorts of. Well, that's the angle, Just doing the focus just right.
Hold on.
All that.
Go back one.
Yes.
Sorry, no, there's something weird about her hand there. No, it's her left hand. I think it's the angle of the shot that makes it look weird.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's the angle of the shot because it looks very truncated. It makes that flame look like her hand, but it makes her hand. It is weird placing for left hand on the bow, but I think it's the angle of the shot.
Probably. Oh, and then Saxons coming, and then they let loose the arrows, the flaming arrows. And now they got flaming arrows coming down on them. I'm glad they saved some arrows for the main army.
But the point is, so what they're doing, you see them in front of them there. They are actually using fire arrows for what they're probably used for. Setting fire to things, because if you notice, they come in the van. They're not actually aiming for the soldiers, for the Saxons. They're aiming for the preset, for the oil and the rest of it that's been set on the ground to set more fires.
Well,
now, how much you would have done that, because you would have had plenty, you would have had time to prepare a position to do that. But that's certainly what fire arrows have been used for, probably in siege warfare.
Right, but is there any way? I mean, maybe the Saxons haven't fought this way before or something, that they didn't know where the oil would be and say, well, avoid
Yeah,
that
possibly.
stuff.
I mean, yeah, quite possibly. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I may know something, so I don't know if oil smells. I don't know if a load amount of oil spread over a field would smell, or if the wind would blow it away or what.
Right.
But that's certainly what you would normally use a fire arrow for, would be to shoot it into thatch,
Mm-hmm.
wooden walls and the rest of it, preferably at night, as a terror weapon and to destroy an anti-material.
Yeah. And it would have to be something they could aim at and see,
Yeah.
like thatch or something, and say, that's
Yeah.
what we got to aim for. And these guys to be like, funny, they leave that roof on the ground.
Yeah. But I mean, no, and as I said, it could be just be dry grass. It could be it could be anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said. I mean, there's some things I find I find to me don't seem particularly realistic about these things. But then other things are okay, but they're using them in the right way. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You know, they're using them for the right purpose, if not in the right way, if that makes sense. You know, they're using fire arrows to set fire to things.
Well, and now it's time to scream and attack. Now, this is the part where, damn, she's a right little barbarian, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's like hacking things.
Well, Captain, when a mummy fire and a daddy fire love each other very much, they get together.
Oh man, look at this. All right, they got them. They got these big long pole things now.
Yeah.
These are the Saxons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I don't know where they got them from, because they look tall. And unless they're telescoping, we probably would have seen them before.
Yeah, unless they were sort of they're newer troops, perhaps, that we haven't seen on screen before, perhaps.
Okay, maybe.
Well, no, think about it. We did see a lot. We did see quite a few banners, and the banners are probably on the end of the spears as well. So
okay, it just looks like a lot now, but maybe they had a second wave.
Does. Yeah.
They had a second wave that wasn't being caught.
It looks like a lot of people for a raiding band, even a large raiding war band. But there you go, Liza. There's Merlin for you.
I'm glad they included him, and he doesn't just come across as just your average woad guy.
Yeah, it's hardly a Merlin.
Well, oh, do we have the number on this one here?
Nope, I can't see one.
Not yet, but it's coming. There it is.
Okay, yep.
Video clip number 4, because I thought we'd catch this, because we watched documentaries and stuff on this. Catapults and all that. So let's see. Are these called catapults, or are they something else?
I'm not sure, because the thing is, they all appear to be operated rather than by being counterweights. They all appear to be operated by half a dozen big, strong woads pulling down at the same time. So but yeah, I mean, I think catapult is it can also be useful to generally describe a general class of weapons.
Well, let's try this. Man, you'd have to pull that down fast. I believe it in a way, but it must be somehow tension loaded in a way that what they're doing is they're pulling down a release mechanism. Because the way that thing kind of like goes up, and it has to be a release of energy somehow.
Yeah, well, there were two general types, from what I remember, of ways of powering a trebuchet or catapult. Trebuchet has is a counterweight. So what you've got is you've got a big heavy weight on one end. You wind it back down and you tie it off, or you hold it off and then you basically you release the thing, and the weight pulls it down. Obviously, flips back up. The other type they do is actually you get one where you've got ropes, thick rope, and the ropes are basically ropes around, round and round like a type of spring.
Yeah.
And when you pull it back, you're pulling you're pulling the rope one twist further. So when you release it, the rope wants one twist, and that's what provides your power.
Right. Yeah, it has to be something more than them pulling.
Arden, you and I, I've got a similar mind, mate.
Yeah, Ardent, man, Ardent
But we
and
were-
X Flavius X, they know their stuff.
The number of times I've suggested the same thing, Arden.
Suggested what?
Probably can't actually read his last. Probably shouldn't actually say his last came on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Careful then. Well, then here comes, looks like polo time or something.
Yeah.
This guy's always looking dissatisfied. Oh, they got their bows.
Again, shooting from horseback, which I like because that's what they were trained to do.
And that one's got an axe.
Yeah, that's a throw the axe, which means he's kind of.
Yeah, he threw it. I remember this. Yeah, he threw it. And it looked better than that axe throwing at the beginning of Merlin 1998.
Yeah.
That one
But the
just
question
flew
is,
through the air like that.
Does it split the guy's head like a pudding?
I don't know. Let's see. Oh, no, it goes
Oh,
into the chest.
Yeah, okay, odd.
I don't know. I don't want to overdo the pudding clip.
Interestingly, I don't know how, but interestingly, it looks like what's gone into the guy's chest is actually the spike at the top of the axe rather than the blade, which makes sense if it comes down at the right sort of angle.
Yeah, I mean, axe throwing, that ain't easy, man.
No,
Because you got to get I don't know how much rotation it's going to do through the air, but you certainly don't want it to like land with the handle hitting the person in the blade. Well, it'll still hit something probably, but I don't know. You want to make sure that blade hits, I guess, is what I'm thinking. Now, who is the guy? Oh no, this is Arthur. He's doing an Aragorn. And then we got Tristan doing some stuff.
now this bit I really liked. This little scene here, because I don't know how many of these you've got, but she jumps on the back of this little weedy 15-pound wet woman.
Yeah.
No offense, ladies. Jumps on the back of this hulking great Saxon brute. And he takes it and he turns around and throws her off.
Yep.
But then if you've got the next, night flav. If you got the next, but yes, he throws her to the ground.
Yeah.
Right. But then what happens next?
I may have missed it. I don't know if this is it or not.
He gets nibbled to death by kittens. Basically, you get another half dozen itty bitty little women come charging in, and between them, they just hack him down.
Oh, I think I have that later. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It happened multiple times because at least they showed that she's not the only female woad that's fighting.
Yeah, but the good thing is, you think about it these days, what would happen? Oh, she'd come out of nowhere, just cut the guy's head.
Yeah.
Stop.
No, they definitely did it within what is their ability to do.
Yeah.
Would it be historically accurate to say that there were women fighting in these armies? Or was this just a Hollywood
Well, we don't know a
thing?
lot about the ancient Britons.
I would have. Well, if you think about it, one of the most famous, certainly in Britain, of course, the most famous
Boudica,
rebellion.
yeah.
Exactly. So they pulled on, and they may well have actually fought, but they would probably fought as we see here, they didn't have they brought us a big one. And also the interesting difference I noticed here is that I'm not sure how accurate the body shaping is, but most of the Saxons are big, burly men, possibly because amongst other things they spend a lot of their time rowing. Whereas most of the Britons, the Picts, and the Wodes here are all quite reasonably small and slight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's not very many big, muscle-bound.
Yeah, even the male Wodes look thin.
Yeah, but you see here, okay, it's one of him, but look, he's got 3, 4, 5 tiny little Smurfs attacking. So he's being overwhelmed by numbers.
Well, you think about it, it's like they're defending their land, like they're all gonna get involved. Probably, it's like,
Well, yeah.
and the way they are, they need numbers and archery, the woods, whatever advantage they can get.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this guy's like, what the hell? Well, you should have brought some of your women. So yeah, there's all sorts of war fighting and stuff. I'll just keep going, and if there's something to comment on, go ahead. Well, I guess it's Tristan, you should know better. You're not supposed to be the one to attack the antagonist too early. You're supposed to wait. That's supposed to be Arthur.
Okay, and why are you taking your helmet off if you're getting involved in combat? I mean, yes, I know you want to show your face, and I know that so there hasn't been wearing a helmet, but he's an idiot. You're not supposed to be an idiot.
Whoop, that one's still got a.
I mean, look, Gawain there's gone full samurai.
That's true.
Look at that.
We got a little Asian influence there in Russia.
For crying out loud. Scarlet gets stabbed in the back and shrugs it off.
Yeah, I thought I heard a, and her getting attacked, and I was like, whoa. But I guess it was just a flesh wound.
Well, I suppose the thing is, I mean, if you notice, he appears to be wearing plates. So a spear is not probably going to get very far through a plate. I mean, it might have slipped down the bottom of the plate and underneath, but it obviously didn't penetrate very far.
Now, who's this guy?
I think...
Just a generic... Is he a Wode?
I think that's the guy that's the bishop's...
he came too?
Yeah, I think that's the guy that went on the rescue mission with them. I think, I'm not sure.
Oh, he's the guy from the village, right? He's not the boy. He's not the guy that they rescued, because he didn't have facial hair. And this guy seems to have a goatee.
I think that's the I'm just having a look down I think that's the guy that was
so well edited. Sometimes I don't know who people are.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does look familiar.
I think he's the guy that was the advisor, the bishop's advisor the bishop sent off with them.
Yeah, okay.
Who sort of seemed to have
disappeared until now.
Yeah, but seems to have got some degree of understanding that he's of the situation. Is not being quite the little toady we originally thought he was, or just
right.
Toady
he doesn't have armor, though. That's one thing.
No. Oh, look, it's Arya.
Huh?
Oh, no. So I thought it was Arya Stark for a moment. They're attacking the Night King.
Well, look at it. I don't know, man.
Boob
And
shot.
there's fires. More fires.
Yeah.
And people getting thwacked and all that. Yeah. And then, yeah, the sword fighting here.
Interesting. One of them was left-handed, interestingly.
Yeah. I don't know
Whether
if she really is or not, but I mean, she does take a few
Yeah.
attacks there, and he's looking over. It's like, whoa, maybe I should go over there. And meanwhile, I guess yes, our Saxon leader is.
Oh crap!
fighting.
The women that future stories are going to sound to commit adultery with just getting in trouble. I better go over and save her, even though I'm not interested in her really.
Well, he was last night,
Yeah.
and then yeah, she gets. I mean, at least she does get whacked around. I mean, it shows that.
Yeah.
She's not a girl boss. I mean, she can fight, but she's it's realistic. And let's see here. Yeah, and he walks around. He thinks he's got it here. He thinks he's got Tristan, and he pretty much does, because Tristan can't get him before Arthur. And then I think Lancelot's watching. So,
They flip back between the two, I think, between Cedric, Kurdic, and
yeah, it's like Lancelot was
Tristan,
fighting.
and Lancelot and Cindric. So yeah, they flip between the two, I think.
Yeah, I was wondering what was going on. I was like, I thought he was fighting him. But yeah, and I don't think he delivers a death blow there. He has to follow him a bit.
Yeah.
He's on the ground, and it's brutal, man. I mean, it is something that it at least does make it as ugly as it probably was.
And, what does he do? He sticks it. What does he do? Sensible thing.
Mm-hmm.
Stabs him in the side where his armor doesn't meet.
And Lancelot still has, I guess, something left to do. I mean, it was moving so fast, folks. It was hard.
Yeah.
And so I think this is where Lancelot, they basically take each other out, the son and Lancelot.
Yeah.
Well, at least Lancelot got to go, taking out an important guy. All sorts of blood and chunks. And no, I think that's when Tristan dies, because he sees his bird. The symbol of freedom. I freed his head from his wretched body.
Yes.
It's the guy from The Hobbit says. I forget, what was the name of the elf in The Hobbit? The woodland elf leader.
I can't remember.
Frandiel, something like that.
Kalaliel. Oh no, that was a good Victorian elf.
If we set fire to all these things, it'll be harder for them to see any of the mistakes.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a good tactic, isn't it? She said, I mean, it kind of stops them forming up in massive great battle lines,
and it helps the film. It helps the film, because in the film, yeah, because really you have a bunch of people in a field doing combat in a way where they're not supposed to hurt each other, but they got to look like it's really bloody. So that could look really silly fast if you don't do it right.
And I mean, and strategically, that as I remember, the Saxons were very much mob fighters. They fought in a shield war and the like. Whereas So obviously, which is good, but which is why if you break them up, they're not quite so used to scripts like that. I do like the way he did that. I think he's all right through the guy's neck.
Yeah.
While he's been shot in the heart with a crossbow bolt.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you were able to catch all the details. Me, I was like, what? I just hear the sounds like,
yeah.
And I'm like, all right, well, that must have hurt, but I'm not sure what happened. Very fast. And it's a Roman. All right, here we go. Finally, protagonist and antagonist. I wonder who's going to win. Well, we already saw like 2 knights die, so we know that. Well, that's the end of that set. Our last set of slides is rather short. And next week, I think I think I need one more week before we can do Gazuliman. And so we're going to do, I think, one more Sherwood. Something that could just be 1 week and, not have to have a continuation. So I think it's a Sherwood.
Okay, sounds good to me.
It doesn't necessarily mean it's the next one. I have to watch again, see
Yeah.
if it should be the second or third. And there we go. I mean, this fight was pretty sword hacky and stuff.
Well, the thing is, when it does show you, again, it shows you how brutal.
Oh, yeah.
That sort of thing is. I mean, because if you've got armor, the good thing is that you notice that the Romans, and the commander in particular, have got good quality metal armor. The Saxons don't have much metal armor.
Mm-hmm.
But they're used to fighting against it because they're probably, they've been used to fighting the Romans for centuries. And at least Clive Owen keeps his bloody helmet on.
Yeah. Well, it's a sensible thing to do.
Well, yeah. I mean, to be fair, the style of helmet is an open face helmet, so you can see his face, which is what is normally, which one of the main reasons why actors in films don't fight with full helms on.
Yeah, they don't like being a Mandalorian.
Unless your name's Carl Urban and you're playing Judge Dredd, in which case you don't take your helmet off for the entire movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, if that's what it's called for, that's what you got to do. Now here, I mean, I would think there would be an advantage because sometimes I don't think it is him.
Yeah.
So.
Well, famously, I don't think Pedro Pascal phoned in most of his appearance in The Mandalorian because it was a stunt.
Oh, definitely by season 3, yeah. Well, at least that's what the Brown and Co. said. I was following them. Yeah, Swappers was there, and I think that was what they concluded.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did.
It's like he didn't really need to be there, and his helmet made it sound like it was a cell phone speaker anyway, so
yeah.
Might as well phone it in. Well, yeah, you guys know how this goes, but it was it was a brutal fight, and it kind of showed how it was, and you think here, okay, Arthur's beaten, but no, he just turns his sword around and stabs him from behind.
Yeah. He just happens to know exactly where he is, so which is fortunate, but yeah.
Yeah, that's fortunate. That might be the helmet. It has...
He's got mirror vision, yeah.
Yeah, the sight from behind. Okay, so then we could see, yeah, this is basically the last fight. Then that's good, because then otherwise you'd have a bunch of Saxons wondering what to do without their leader. But fortunately, they've largely been defeated already. So, yes, glorious ending, still smoky, still lots of fires, and people are kind of depressed because it's a depressing thing seeing all these dead bodies lying around. so folks, don't try this at home. All right, what do we have here? Yeah, I think I got too many slides at the end. You know, the music had me wrapped up in it, and I was just taking pictures. But she's checking out Lancelot. She had this thing about Lancelot that didn't, I don't know why it was there. They would always be giving each other dramatic glances. Was it because they were thinking, you know, I'm Guinevere, you're Lancelot, we got to at least give each other dramatic glances?
I think someone actually mentioned that in one of the comments on the IMDb thing, actually. Yeah.
Because the main contention they had was that she wanted Arthur to lead them, her woads and everything, and she wanted the knights to stay and keep being the knights that they were and all that. Hey, you guys lead us now. That'd be great. And he's like, no, I just want to be free. I don't want to stay here and defend you guys and stuff. And I don't want Arthur to stay and defend you either. So that was basically their contention, but they kept looking at each other all the time that it was like, okay. Well, I don't know. They did have that moment where they were outside kind of like talking, and she realized that, oh, he would have left her there to die. So he's a tough guy. Does he have some sort of, but I guess there at the end, she sees that he came back and he fought and then died. And so she feels bad about that. Yeah, Tristan and Lancelot died, but did we see many shots of boars until now?
Not many, no, I don't think.
Did he just go hide somewhere?
Well, no, I think the thing is, I mean, this is one interesting thing is that Ray Winstone is about 20 years older than some of these guys. 10, 20 years older than some of these guys. So obviously his character presumably wasn't recruited at the same time.
Yeah. Right.
As the others, but
yeah, he probably was a bit older, you know, in the film too. So let's pick off a few of the stragglers, I guess, is what his mission was. And Gawain and Galahad made it, I think.
Yep.
That's good. It's good to have. I mean, if you have 3 left plus Arthur, you could let Guinevere sit there. You could have a round table. It'd be more like a dinner table, but you could have a round table.
A round coffee table.
All right, so here we are at the end, and they're doing the burial. It's like a burial plus burning. Is that why they have that there? I think they're going to burn.
Like, yeah. I think what they're doing is I think they're burying the summation. So they're making the summations.
Well, they're the important ones.
I mean, I suppose what they're doing is that they are referencing the different burial traditions, perhaps. You know, perhaps the Sarmatians cremate so that their spirits can go back into the sky. Perhaps I can imagine that, but I don't know.
Yeah. And then it's like,
and as with everybody else, they've all got sodding braces.
So their pants don't fall down.
No, braces on their wrists, on their arms, forearms.
I know.
Oh, sorry, you did, so okay. Yes.
But I know, we call them suspenders here for keeping your pants up. But
yeah.
Guys call them braces, and back there he is. There's
actually, whether you're looking at braces or suspenders. Actually, no, typically suspenders are more what a lady keeps her stockings up with.
Exactly.
But we do call them suspenders.
I know that. I know, but that's for her stockings, yes. I've watched Are You Being Served? Ladies' intimate apparel. All right, and then there's some words at the end. That's the thing. I didn't know who the narrator was at this point. Wasn't the narrator Lancelot at the very beginning?
It was at the beginning, yes. I'm not sure who it is.
It couldn't be here. So it's like, what? Who is the? I guess it's maybe Galahad. I don't know. We didn't get to know Galahad enough to know his voice. We were lucky to know who was Galahad. Maybe it's the guy standing back there and behind. Yeah. And so it was one of those things where it's just so over efficiently edited. You didn't get enough time to really know some of the other characters. But at least Bors, he's like, well, I guess I'm going to have to marry her now. But then she comes up with the line that, well, that's coming up later. But yeah, there's the cremation. So it's a funeral and then a wedding at the same time. That happens right afterwards. Oh, wait a minute. At the funeral, they do bring out the fire again. They do so like fire. Oh, this is the wedding. Yep. And so we have a wedding. And is Merlin? Yeah. He's the one that marries them, right?
Yep. At discount Stonehenge. Or Team Stonehenge on the hill.
Yeah, I think they build it for the movie.
Yeah.
And then there we go. Yeah, what she says to, yeah, because they're at a wedding now. And, yeah, I guess, is the makeup? I guess.
She's not wearing road anymore.
No, at least.
Roadless road.
She decided to go Roman for the wedding. And then there's Merlin. I'm glad he did his hair before marrying people.
Yeah.
And so now the whole thing is, yeah, we did it for England. But no, the ending was fine. I just felt the whole movie was a little rushed.
Okay, so Liza, did you just hear that in Zathras's voice?
What in Zathras's voice back here?
As you are one. Just that where
Oh, that's right. I did want to point out that line because
Oh, you
yes,
mean the Merlin's line?
Yeah.
I don't even remember his voice from the
Our
movie.
people are one. As
our
you
people are one,
one.
as you are one.
Well, they had to steal it from a superior show because there was this movie. We spent too much time with this, my friends.
I'm sorry, I was able to whittle it down to 3. Well, yeah, and his wife.
Couldn't we do like a return from Avalon or something and spend 3 days on it? That would have been more fun.
All right. Well, how about? Well, we got to do Gazuliman. If we can tonight, Liz, if we can start and really listen, because we're going to do the text to speech. Get going on this book. We could at least do maybe like the first 3 chapters or something. We could call it when we say, okay, this is enough to discuss. Get that done. We'll do that next week. And then we can do late delivery from Avalon after that. And then come back to Robin of Sherwood because you seem to be really pushing for it.
Who, Robin of Sherwood?
No, late delivery from Avalon.
Oh, yes. Yes, I know that everyone in the chat is in agreement with me. They want to see that. They don't want to see bad Arthurian legend movie historical.
Well, this is done.
Halfway historical things.
Well, this is done already.
Thank gosh.
Well, Keira Knightly won 90%. Is that 90? 92%. Wow.
Well, that's not fair because one of the characters is CGI.
Really?
Yeah.
Sardina was CGI. She wasn't real?
Well, she was the voice actor.
She has a name, Zoe
I don't
Sardina.
know I don't know if they made the CGI character look anything like the actress who voices her.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much that was CGI and how much of that was. I'm genuinely not sure because I've only seen the one movie, and that was
I'm gonna have
20 years
to
old.
look here. Yeah, I
How
didn't
much of that
see
was
the
actually her, and
second
how
one.
much that was her with CGI overlay or enhancement or something. I don't know.
Well, I'm looking it up right now just to see. I mean, there would probably be a picture here from the movie. It's hard to get. Well, there's not many pictures of her alone like you would expect when looking up an actress on. And who knows? This could be other. Really?
What?
Okay. Well, I mean, I
25
can share this. I can share this. Hold on. This is what I
20
get.
years old.
Unless I did something wrong in my searching, you would think I had more results. This is just a Google search, folks. Zoe Sardina. Unless, of course, the name is not quite right. Here is, I assume, her. It's got that background that you see behind actresses. It says Zoe Sardina News. Photos and, yes, videos. Well, I'll click on that, but you would think there would be more here. And it doesn't link me to something, but there she is. It's like, okay. Well, I guess that's why in the rest of the pictures is like with somebody else. I guess that might have been her only major role. What's this? This is like
Oh
fruit
no, she's
and a
been lots of other
flag.
things. She's been lots of other things. Zoe Saldana. I was just looking to see if it says on the on IMDb how much it was.
And this is not the same person. Okay, so that's a child. I don't need to share that. Okay.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
the same.
Well, no, the thing is, she likes being coloured because she's done blue face and green face. Because she's Gamora in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So she has green
Yeah.
face as well.
But she doesn't look like her character in Avatar. So that wasn't a fair
No,
comparison.
Well, I thought they put like ears on it or something.
No, she doesn't look anything like the CGI character looks nothing like the actors, which is strange because they made Jake Sully look like the actor, but not the. I guess they didn't do that with the other Navi. I guess.
Oh, that's right. I forgot what they were called. The Navi.
Yeah.
Navi.
Space
All right.
Navi.
So we're gonna do Gazulemans.
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah, I guess I did. Yeah, I did promise that we would do it.
And
then it was
then
4
we're
weeks.
going to hit what was it? Return from Avalon or something like that.
Late delivery.
Late
from,
arrival. Late delivery from Avalon.
late delivery from Avalon. Then it'll be Robin of Sherwood. Just when maybe it'll start cooling off. No, I guess here. It doesn't cool off until
No, not until
October,
late
November.
November. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to fall, and it's just about here.
Just about. Us Floridians have to wait a little longer.
But you know what the great thing is about doing the next week, doing the Gazuleman thing, right?
It is the rabbit.
You silly sod! You got us all worked up.
Well, that's no ordinary rabbit. That's the most foul, cruel, bad-tempered robot you ever set eyes on.
You tit! I saw in my armor I was so scared.
What the hell? Hold on.
Look, that's no rabbit.
Brilliant. We're going to have
Yeah.
Alex on.
Yes.
The
and
most foul, cruel ribbit you've ever laid your eyes.
And we're gonna now, just so the audience, the chat doesn't misunderstand, is I think for this, Colin is gonna step back and be in the chat because he wants to make sure that
Well, I don't like
Alex
you don't
gets the foreground.
we'll yes, I said I'm going to say what we'll say it.
What did you warn us about, Colin?
All sorts of things. I'm not quite sure what is particularly.
Gavin derailing again.
All right. Well, we want to thank
Are you
everyone.
on Twitter, Colin? Ask
I am.
Swappers.
I am, if I can remember what it is.
Yeah, it's Colin P.
I can hit you up if you want, certainly.
Hold on. I got Swappers here in the chat. Swappers, you're just Star Wars Retold anymore, right?
Yeah, I think I follow you anyway, Swappers. So if I don't, I will.
Here,
Okay.
I just gave him your username too.
Oh, cheers, thank
in
you.
the chat.
All right, thanks.
It looks like the same avatar, in fact.
Probably is.
So I guess Swappers, if you don't have that account anymore, you're going to have to maybe change the name you go by. I know you used to be Demon Scythe Synthwave, but since you have Star Wars Retold now, we could call you the Reteller. I don't know.
I'm going to drop a shameless plug in the chat.
Okay.
Folks, my poor little channel. It needs watch time, and I have an entertaining video for those of you who like cigar box guitars and bluegrass music. So I'm dropping the link in the chat for anyone who is curious about the video.
The Knights of Pendragon is what Swappers has shared.
Cheers, thank you.
Yeah, I'll have to look through this and check it out. I never followed Marvel, but I wouldn't mind checking it out anyway. Yes, hopefully the fall will bring a little bit more activity on YouTube. Oh, one thing I should point out is
thank you, Swappers.
we are now doing Rumble and Odyssey. I decided to drop Kick and go back to Odyssey instead. I've been uploading everything to Odyssey, but now we're going to stream and upload to Odyssey because I think it might get a resurgence again now that they're switching their tokenomics to Arweave instead of the LBC token from when they had that lawsuit and everything they had to deal with. It looks like they might have a chance to bring it back. I just like the platform so much. And
how does Odyssey monetization work?
It's really tip based. Your followers just need to contribute to you. They have a function there for it, and they don't take anything out of it. I don't think. I've never.
Do they allow links in like video descriptions? Are there clickable links?
Oh yeah. You could put you could put links in. All my links come through from YouTube, and basically you could do whatever you want. You could put ads in your videos and stuff because they don't have ads. They don't. It's not like that kind of corporation. It's really just a small thing where now that they're teamed up with Arweave, they have the storage space and everything, and people just contribute using the Arweave token, but it's easy to convert because it's unlike all the crypto exchanges.
Thank you, Gavin. I appreciate that. Colin, we have to get Gavin to come over and derail my streams.
Well, I say he would. I say Gavin. He would have understood. He also would have jumped straight on the cat on the names of your cats.
Oh yeah, the Betty and Frank. Yes, Colin was explaining to me. I had no idea about this show when
And
we
I'm-
named our cats.
And I'm going to ask our panelists after the stream, and then swappers, if you can do it also. Please, let's not let Gavin feel lonely being the only commenter after the stream, because those comments do, like Mr. Brown say, help the stream get circulated, and then more
warned you.
people can find us. And yeah, Liza and I need to step it up a little bit if we're going to be able to keep doing this the same intensity we're doing it now. It's a labor of love, so I'll always keep streaming. I'm not threatening to stop. I just mean I may not be able to keep up with it as much unless I'm able to, to help
Computer
grow.
crap the bed, Ardent Party? Whoa, what kind of computer you got?
And what kind of bed do you have that the computer crapped in it?
He's obviously got an amber bed.
Or
Alba?
An amber heard.
cybernetic
Oh,
Borg
no.
computer.
Uh,
He has a Vorlon computer because it's organic. Yes.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I had this one.
To fight legends.
Yeah, the computer won't be fighting legends now.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, Ardent Party.
Oh, and especially now. I'm glad I got my computer last year, Liza, the new one.
Yeah, you got it at a
Because,
good time.
but we are going to get you an improved computer. We have to.
Well, it hasn't pooped out yet.
No, but we got to the autumn is coming, but I don't think it'll wait till Christmas. I think we got to do it earlier.
Well,
But we could see what we can sell off used to get you a
exactly.
computer.
Yep. I got some technology that I can absolutely trade in. But yeah. Yep, I like to run things until they stop running. But at least, guys, I back up everything. I don't keep anything important on the hard drive. And
So anyway, that's it.
Yeah.
We will be coming back to Robin of Sherwood, but yeah, we it'll be fun hanging out with Alex next week.
yes,
He's a cool guy, and we'll
tis
talk
the
his
rabbit.
book. We'll talk his book, the Gazuliman of Pendragon.
And throughout the land shall be a great rubbing of pots.
Mm-hmm.
You're
right.
not keeping that clip as Alex's intro, are you?
No, that's not his intro. His intro, I have to switch back to do it. Here we go. We're going back to our intros and outros. Everyone's still on screen. Yes. Let me go back to this mode. Man, that's the thing. When I switched the... How come you're hiding things on me now? Freaking StreamYard. There we go. This is Alex's intro.
I am an enchanter. There are some who call me Tim.
Yes, that's appropriate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he played Tim.
He did play Tim, yes. Yes. Brilliant.
Okay, so we're going to call it a night, so that way, hopefully, folks, drop that comment. Let's get this out there. The fall's coming. There should be a resurgence now that people need to go indoors, in YouTube, and hopefully we can get this channel more circulated so that, hopefully we are able to keep doing this as often as we do. Alrighty, folks. Thank you for all your love and affection. Anything else before we call it a night?
I will see Gavin in the comment section.
All right.
So we're back to Babylon 5 on Sunday, are we not? I think.
Yes, we are. I forget what the
goodness.
name of it is. Oh, wait a minute. It was fun doing swappers last week.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she's talking about King Arthur. But yeah, Wednesday nights and Sundays are separate.
No, I can't wait to get back to Babylon 5 though. Sundays are my day. This King Arthur. If we were doing the Avalon episode, we'd be having fun. Instead,
Oh, I thought we were
instead we're thinking about cookies.
Okay. All right. Well, then after that, I guess we'll do one Robin of Sherwood, and then we got to find something that Liza really likes. And
Well,
I guess
no, just I mean, the chat and I are usually, in agreement with things. Just put up a poll and we'll vote on it.
Okay.
We had some good runs, like
Next week with Alex,
Dragonheart.
we'll vote on it. We'll see what can come up. I mean, there's all sorts of Arthurian stuff going back. There's probably even a silent film called King Arthur. All right. I'm calling it a night, folks. Thank you for all joining us, and we'll see you next week with some Gazulaman and Alex. He'll be fun.
Party.
You never know what Alex is going to say. All
That's right, Gavin.
Foul, mean-tempered robot.